Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. I'm Yamajit, and I'm so very glad you're joining us this evening for our next installment of practices from my upcoming book, Kali Meditation, Book 4, Daily Practices Based on the Lineage of Kriya Yoga. Last week, we discussed Sri Yantra construction, and today we'll be doing a meditation on the Sri Yantra. And we'll also be doing some other forms of visual meditation known as Trataka. First, a couple of quick announcements. So Friday at 7 o'clock, be doing a fire puja and satsang to Ma Sudashi. This is the next installment of our Many Faces of Ma Kali series. Next Tuesday will be the first, will be part 1 of advanced Kriya Yoga practices. And then the following Friday will be our monthly Yoga Nidra meditation. So again, welcome and namaste. And let me give a little background information to the meditations that we'll be doing. So Trataka is a form of meditation which is based on focused gazing. Many refer to it as candle gazing because this is probably the most common form of this meditation. And that's actually going to be the way that we will be working up to our principal meditation, which is on the Sri Yantra. So we're going to be doing a short meditation on the candle flame, meditation on a deity image, in this case, this statuette of Ma Svetakali, the white Kali, and then we'll be focusing on the Sri Chakra. And we'll be doing a couple of variations of Trataka meditation. So in the practice of yoga, Trataka originally was one of the shatkarmas, or 6 actions, used to cleanse the body and also the internal organs. So this meditation technique was first used to cleanse the mind of distractions through focused concentration. And it also helps in strengthening the muscles of the eyes. And I'm not just referring to the muscles that move the eyes, but also the very small muscles within the eye that do things like focus the lens and open and close the iris. So the 6 shatkarmas were undertaken as a preparation for the practices of yoga, and also as a path to moksha, or liberation. When it comes to practicing meditation, there are many ways to do this, whether it's Buddhist influenced, breath focused meditation like Anapanasati, where one focuses on the in breath, out breath, and the pauses in between. Vedic meditations that involve focusing on a mantra. This might include Om chanting or TM, transcendental meditation. Also, mindfully observing one's bodily sensations, or visualization, both of which are part of Yoga Nidra, and also the more modern variations of Cha practice, like the one we did last Friday. Each of these forms of meditation comes with its own benefits and unique approach. And one approach may work very well for one person, and someone else might do much better with one of the other approaches. There are many roads to the source, in other words. So Trataka involves looking at some object. We're going to start out with a candle flame. It can also involve a yantra or deity image, or even some other object that catches your gaze, like this flower. One can do a visual meditation on a flower or some other object in nature, or something of or some kind of symbol. So one is focusing on the object with a relaxed gaze for as long as possible without blinking, and then eventually closing one's eyes and holding the image of that object in the mind's eye. So, when looking into the flame, the practitioner's eyes might also water a bit, some tears may be shed, and this is traditionally viewed as a purifying process. In Eastern philosophies, it's also believed that one's eyes and breathing patterns can also directly influence both mental and emotional states. Um, so, for most people, the visual sense is the dominant sense, and therefore deeply connected to the mind. Thus, stillness of the eyes, gazing upon a particular object or symbol, can automatically bring about stillness of the mind, and therefore resulting in an increased sense of calm. Trataka practice dates back to roughly the 15th century. It can be found in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which introduces two different types of Trataka. There's Bahiranga Tratika, or external concentrated gaze, so looking upon the object with your eyes open. And then there is Antaranga Tratika, which is internal concentrated gazing. So Bahiranga Tratika is external gazing. One looks directly at the object with a relaxed gaze, so the eyes are not fully open, they're just slightly closed. Swami Svatnarama, who compiled the Hatha Yoga Pradipika centuries ago, referred to this form of one-pointed focus as ekagraha, or one force, and used it as a tool to bring one's attention away from distracting thoughts or mental chatter. In other words, this was a mechanism in calming what's sometimes referred to as the monkey mind. Antarangta Tratika, which we're going to do in this first meditation when we close our eyes, involves holding the image of the object again in the mind's eye. We're going to visualize seeing it. We're going to visualize seeing it roughly in the third eye area as well. So, and I just got a question on the chat function. Jugaloud, thanks for watching. And yes, actually, if you live in the Denver area, these practices, you can come to our temple and experience these meditations personally. And I also do private sessions. And you're welcome to contact me at my email, aumcdevi at gmail.com. Again, aumcdevi at gmail.com. You can also message me at my channel. And if you don't live in the Denver area, I've taught the occasional remote class as well. Either through Facebook Messenger or Zoom. So anyway, let's begin with the most popular form of Trataka meditation, candle gazing. So if you can move your computer screen so that the computer, so, I'm sorry, so that the candle flame is at eye level. That would be most effective. So if you have a laptop or you're watching on a tablet, that might be pretty easy to do. Or maybe adjust your seat. You're going to sit. I invite you to sit in a comfortable meditative posture with your hands on your knees. You can um, assume some kind of mantra like Gayam Mudra, where your thumb and forefingers are touching, if that feels comfortable. You can also use props such as a meditation cushion or even a straight back chair if sitting on the floor doesn't work for you. So find that comfortable position. Find that position where your back can be straight. The chest can be open. Maybe roll the shoulders back to expand the chest. Long, slow, deep belly breath. So breathe slowly and let the breath help in the relaxation of the body. And let it help you develop a sense of stillness as well. And then I invite you to close your eyes, ground, center, rest, and prepare. And then slowly open your eyes, keeping a relaxed gaze. Your eyes aren't widely open, they're actually partially closed a little bit. And typically, if you have an actual candle in front of you, you should gaze at the area just above the wick, looking at the image from my camera. I would recommend just focusing on the shape of the flame and maybe the colors surrounding the center of the flame. So breathing deeply, focusing on the flame, and trying to keep the eyes steady without blinking. Let thoughts drop away. The eyes be still. And focusing on nothing but the candle flame at this moment. Gaze for as long as possible without straining the eyes. And then slowly close them. And in this meditation, you can do this when you really need to. And now with your eyes closed, I invite you to turn your gaze up toward the center of your eyebrows, this behind your closed eyelids. Just turning your gaze just very gently without straining. And try to keep the image of the flame in your mind's eye for as long as possible. Focusing on it and studying any colors or changes that might appear as you gaze within. And then when the image eventually disappears from your mind's eye, you can simply repeat the process. Slowly open your eyes, continue breathing deeply and slowly, and focusing with your relaxed gaze upon the candle flame, keeping the eyes still, not blinking. And again, when the eyes feel ready, close your eyes, focus slowly upwards towards your third eye. And again, try to hold the image in your mind's eye. And just continue repeating this process for 5, maybe 10 minutes. And if your mind begins to wander, focus on your breath, imagining the breath flowing in and out of the eyebrow center. And so we're going to end this first practice. I invite you to take a deep and clearing breath. And just let go of the meditation for right now. Keep your gaze relaxed. And just sit quietly for a while and just be aware of the meditation's effects. So after doing this, we did about a 5-minute meditation. Just let yourself be aware of how you feel at this moment. So this is a practice that can be done at any time, any place. Just simply gaze at some still object. It could be something as simple as some fixed point on the wall, or something natural like this flower. Maybe gazing at the moon at night, or a particular star that's in the sky. This practice is generally most effective on an empty stomach. Traditionally, between 4 and 6 a.m. is a good time for meditation. So, doing this form of Trataka meditation following asana and pranayama practice. Or you can also do this in the evening, either before going to bed or before some other nighttime meditation that you do in your regular practice. AM, PM, both can be very effective. And at other times during the day as well, when you just need to still and calm your mind. So we're going to do a variation of this. And what we'll be doing is focusing on the image of a deity, in this case, Ma Svetakali, one of the 4 major Kalis of the Kathmandu Valley. So a variation of this exercise can be done focusing on such an image. Can be a murti like this one, or a picture of a deity, or a picture of one's guru also. And we'll also be trying this with our Sri Chakra Yantra as well. So when looking at a deity image, you can do the same thing that you did with the candle flame, just focusing your eyes, emptying your mind, keeping the eyes still, not blinking, then closing the eyes and visualizing that image in your mind's eye and alternating back and forth between opened eye and closed eye meditation. Or we can try this other variation. So I invite you again to look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze, or if it's more comfortable, you could also, if there's a deity image close to you in your room, you can follow along while meditating on your personal image. But simply breathe deeply, look upon the image with a relaxed gaze again. Only this time, while you're breathing and while you're focusing, I invite you to witness anything that the object invokes for you in your realm of awareness. So as you look upon the deity image, just let yourself become aware of any thoughts that manifest or any ideas, inner messages, emotions that may arise. Just simply let them come. Observe them from a safe, non-attached distance, and then just let them fade away naturally and be ready for the next thing that manifests. So let's do this. Just breathing and focusing and being aware for about the next 4 minutes. This is a wonderful way to explore a particular deity concept or symbol. And in this variation of the meditation, it's okay to blink your eyes if you need to. If your eyes become dry or tired, just give a quick blink and continue gazing in a relaxed manner. And again, just being aware of what this activity brings to you. Just witnessing from a place of stillness and a place of silence. And then I invite you to take another deep and clearing breath. Let go of the meditation. Just sit quietly. And again, allow yourself to integrate this practice into your being. Take a moment to become aware of the practice's effects on your physical, mental, or spiritual levels. So when I do this meditation with this particular Kali image, I love to focus on her face, and especially the very motherly expression, or motherly or grandmotherly expression. But you can also, especially with a multi-armed deity such as this one, you can focus your gaze on one of the instruments that the deity is holding. So in the case of Svetakali, you could focus on her small shield, or on her trident, or on the head of the demon that she's holding, her sword, her elephant goad, her mudras of fear not and giving boons. Her Kapala or skull bowl might be something you could focus on, or her skeletal appearance, or Lord Shiva below her feet. And this is, again, just a wonderful way to explore different attributes of a deity. So I invite you to experiment with all three variations of this meditation that we're doing this evening. So I'm going to move a couple of our objects and pan the camera up so that we see the entire Sri Yantra image. And let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. There we go. And typically when you're focusing upon a yantra, kind of like if you had an actual candle flame right in front of you and you look at just the area above the wick. So it's customary to look at the bindu, the very center dot or center triangle of the yantra. And this is something you can do with your personal Sri Yantra as well. And if you have just a small Sri Yantra, you can simply just hold it in your hands and look down at it. But I invite you now to look upon the yantra. Again, keep your gaze nice and relaxed. A good place, again, to focus is in the center, and especially the various triangles in the center. Breathe deeply. And again, just let yourself become aware of whatever manifests in your realm of awareness. Again, you can blink your eyes as you need to. And just be aware of any thoughts, any ideas, inner messages, emotions. You may even be aware of a sensation somewhere physically as you meditate on the image. Whatever it is, let it come, honor it. Be non-attached. And let it fade away and just be ready for the next thing. So let's meditate for about another 3 minutes. About 1 more minute. And then I invite you to again take a nice, deep, and clearing breath, letting go of the meditation. And again, sit quietly for a while and just allow yourself to become aware of how did the meditation affect you? How are you feeling at this moment? How are you feeling physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally? Jema. 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 Sometimes when meditating upon the Sri Yantra, sometimes one may see the design kind of forming like a tunnel and going deeper and deeper through the layers to the center. And others, while meditating on the Sri Chakra or Sri Yantra, see it as expanding outwards. There's no right or wrong way to view it, but whether it's appearing to go inner or appearing to go outer, that's something that you might allow yourself to be aware of as you meditate upon this symbol. And then Friday's meditation and puja and satsang, as I mentioned before, will be on the goddess Sudashi, Kali in the form of a young girl. And the Sri Yantra is really her yantra. She's also known as Tripura Sundari. And so our meditation on the Sri Chakra in many ways is a very early introduction to what we'll be learning and experiencing on Friday. This will be an outdoor fire puja, weather permitting. And I look forward to you joining me. So again, you're always welcome to attend our temple events. We're located at 1260 South Xavier Street in Denver, Colorado, 80219. We begin promptly at 7 o'clock due to the broadcast, but everyone is welcome, seekers of all ages and backgrounds. So until Friday, either in person or via YouTube, namaste. Thank you so very much for joining me. Blessings always. Jai Mata Di. And thank you.